James has her own secret recipe for success. She is known as one of the most rhythmical ladies on the international dance floor. Here she is with some of her own special ideas. Well, hello and welcome, Lenny.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you to comment on one of my favorite dances, that is the rumba, and I think also one of the most difficult ones to dance. And at the competition that we're going to look at now, we're going to feature the adult pre-championship Latin section. This is the second highest section in the amateur grades. This is just before they reach the championship section. And we want you to comment, please, on all the technique and all the things you see. Let's have a look at some of the dancing. Nice basic action from that chap there in the green.
Yeah, a little bit forced, but trying for some of the right things.
Lots of floor work I see, Lenny.
Yes, there is. That is not so popular anymore in Europe, the floor work, because it's a little bit out of character with the dance, really.
Oh, there we have it again. Yes. And the couple in the background as well.
Yes, it still seems very popular here, but I think that might change soon. Come back to a little bit more basic work.
So even in a section like this, basics are very important?
Oh, very, very important, yes. You could win a British championship on basic.
That was done once before, wasn't it?
I believe it was, yes.
Dancing towards her partner there, that's good.
Yes.
Again, another bit of floor work.
On the floor again, yes. And unfortunately not coming out of it so well either. It looks a little bit sort of laboured on the way up from these floor positions. It must look elegant and classy.
That lady's dancing almost a fan position. She's gone into some hip movement there.
Yes. The fan position, that is a difficult thing. Maybe we should talk about it. The closing of the feet is a little bit difficult, I think, for a lot of the girls.
And the character of the dance here, because it's such a slow, romantic dance, isn't it?
It is romantic, but it has also got some bite to it. It is not pure romance. It is deeper than that, a lot deeper than that.
I noticed some of the girls have headpieces. Is that in keeping with the outfits nowadays? Is that still in fashion, or not at all? To actually have a headdress to match the outfit?
Yes, some girls like to use that kind of thing. Again, I'd say in Europe, I don't think it is so. If you take, for example, the top 6 professional girls, I don't think really any of us use any kind of hair decoration. Of course, I don't, because I can't. But even the other girls who've got long hair and that, they don't really use an awful lot of decoration. They want to be sure that people can see them coming through and not see some, like a Christmas tree that has been decorated.
Right.
They want to make sure that the tree can be seen and not just the decoration.
Right. That's a very good way of putting it. Lenny, let me ask you, as a lady adjudicator, what do you expect the ladies to look like in a section like this? This is now the adult pre-championship Latin section. Yeah. What would you be looking for as far as the grooming goes?
I would be looking for the girls to look immaculate. And I mean that in every sense of the word. And I don't mean by that the dresses must be, for example, of a style that I like. That is not important, because that is a matter of taste. But I expect it to look immaculate. I expect the stones to be where the stones are supposed to be, not to look tatty and worn. I expect their hair not to move an inch out of place. It must stay in the same position when they're dancing. Their makeup must look immaculate all the time. And they're grooming their nails, their feet. Everything must look as though they are looking their best.
Polished in every aspect.
Every sense of the word, yes.
Yes. That's, I think, one of the very important things, especially when you come down to a final and you're trying to make a decision between first and second. Those details can actually play a big part.
It can, because it shows whether you care or not. It shows whether you are actually serious about what you're doing, if you take your work seriously or not, if you just sort of wander in and think you can just sort of get away with anything. You can't. Everything must be taken seriously, and grooming is a very important part of the package of the final look to a couple.
Something that a lot of competitors have actually asked in the past, when you travel out from the UK and you come and adjudicate a competition, some of the dresses you probably see are out of date and out of style. Is it very important to keep up with the styles that are in fashion overseas, or is it more something that suits you that's more important?
Oh, I think it's very important that it is something that suits you, yes. And even like when you talk about the fashion overseas, again, this is an example. If you take the top 6 girls again and compare the dresses of the top 6 girls, they are totally different.
Yes.
Because we are all different. So there isn't as such a fashion. I think a fashion is something that is created further down when people start to copy one or the other.
Yes.
But as such, that there is nothing called fashion. As long as they look their best, as I said, as long as they look good, that is the main thing.
So what you're really looking for, ideally, is an individual.
Yes, very much so.
As far as the personality goes, the style of dancing, as well as the way they dress, that they must be individuals and be themselves.
I want to see their personality, yes.
Can you go back, you mentioned, let's talk a little bit about the technique now. You were talking about the fan position in Rumba, this being one of the difficult movements, and of course you commented on some of the couples not doing it particularly well because it's so difficult. Could you please explain the fan for us and perhaps dance it with Collin so that we can see exactly how we're supposed to do it?
I will do, yes.
Thanks. You can ask Collin to join us again.
So, if the girls seem to be quite sort of okay arriving actually in the fan position, well, of course, it's very important to show the ankle and the straightening of the free leg. The back foot is slightly turned out. And what happens now is that the girl now goes to close the right foot to left. And she will end up in a position that is somewhere like this, thinking that she has closed because her heels are together, but actually looking a bit like Charlie Chaplin, which is not very...
Or like a duck.
Whatever, yes, which is not very flattering. So in order to avoid this, some girls then choose to actually close this one in this way, then turn and walk back to the man. This is not a good idea either, because you're losing the contact between you as a couple. So for me, the ideal solution is that when you're standing here, you still got your back foot turned out. When my front foot starts moving towards my back foot, I swivel on the back foot. So when the front foot arrives in position, I have actually turned my foot and I'm able to show a good ankle on the free foot before I move off, maybe into a hockey stick.
Very nice, that looks beautiful. Can I ask both of you, perhaps Collin, you'd like to mention here about the footwork and the use of the foot, and which parts of the feet should we concentrate on? It's all very well practicing walks around a studio to get strong feet and legs, but what should we actually be concentrating on, seeing as though basic is so important?
Right. Well, if we speak about, in particular, the forward rumba walk, which is something that everyone is going to do at some stage, or should do at some stage in their program, if I take a forward walk here, you will see that my back foot is straight and my front foot is straight. My pressure is on the inside of my right foot.
Yes.
I draw my right foot to left foot, still maintaining that pressure in the foot. You'll also see, if I face the camera here, as I move forward, my knees are not open, as we've seen already on the camera. The knee veers across. I now start to take my weight forward through the standing foot, and the ball of the free leg going forward goes from toe to ball flat, finishing from that position, toe to ball flat, the back foot now continuing to come from heel to ball, turning out, finishing on the inside edge of your big toe, ready to complete another walk.
Would you both suggest that this is a good thing to practice to warm up when you come into the studio and you're going to be practicing? Should you do a series of walks to get your body warmed up?
I think it's essential that you do this, because even at the level that we're dancing at now, we will always commence by dancing a rumba walk, solo, then together, and then even before we go into our freestyle programs, we have a set routine which we dance, especially in basic rumba.
There we go. Some tips on how to become world-class dancers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wake up, little